Okay, guys. So back to our geometry problems. We did a couple of parts from number 1, okay? And we're not going to do any more. You can try it. I am not going to worry about number 2 and number 3, so don't worry too much. Let's try problem number 4. Welcome back. Let's try problem number 4. It's a little tricky, so bear with me. If the area of the shape on the left is 4 units, find the perimeter of the shape on the right. Now, I'm going to warn you guys, these problems are a little tricky. They're not straightforward problems. These problems require you to think. So let me see. Let me grab this guy. And I'm going to do it very patiently, I hope. And I'm talking to everybody, not just the people who are here. Want to make sure you follow. And if you don't follow, you come and you ask questions. Our exam is coming up. You're going to see some of these problems. And it is an online class, but we have to do our stuff. We just can't say it's an online class. So we're going to just loosen everything up. That doesn't work either. So if the area of the shape on the left is 4, what's that supposed to mean? Well, that's just trying to say this is 4. If this is 4, each square has to be 1 unit because I see 4 squares. Another way to address it, if you have a square, if this is x and this is x and the area is 4, you can say x squared is 4 and x is square root of 4, which is 2. However you see it. You don't have to make it this complicated. You can say each square has to be a unit square. If it's a unit square, if each square is a unit square, guys, I don't think I need this. Give me 1 second. Let me get rid of this. If each square is a unit square, oops, my bad. If each square is a unit square, this is 1, this is 1. Now they want me to find the perimeter of this shape, and they're saying these squares in the first figure and the second figure are identical. That allows me to conclude this is 1 unit. 1, I'm now counting the perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm going to write 24 here, units. That's my answer. And I'm going to check my work. I'm going to go check my answer. Let me count it once again before I check. I think that's right. Number 4, part A. Yeah, we got it right. So that's how you find it. Once you know that each square is a unit square, you know each edge is 1 unit, you just have to find the perimeter of the second shape. Again, you don't have a nice formula. You have to do it from scratch. See if people have any questions.
Nope, that's good. Thank you.
Awesome. Moving on. Let's do a couple more, guys. As I told you, some of these problems will get a little messy, but don't worry. We're going to work on this. Let's try this one. Okay. Same kind of a deal. If the area of the, I'm going to do this one. Okay. If the area of the shape on the left is 6, I'm just going to take the picture. Okay. That's all I need. But read the text here. Let me make sure we are recording. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah. So I'm going to take the shape and do it on my Mathicon polypad. And I'm going to take this picture. But before I take the picture, let me read the text. If the picture on the left is 6 square units, find the perimeter of the shape on the right. Same deal. Same deal, different picture. Well, if this is 6 if this is, I'm going to tell you what I mean by this. If this is 6, there's 6 squares. Each square must be 1. That means each square is a unit square. It's a good conclusion. It's an important conclusion. Let's write it down. Therefore, each square must be a unit square. And that's something we need to understand. I'm going to leave it here. All right. Now what we need is if they wanted me to find the area of the second shape, I'll just count them. But they don't. They want me to find the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter is the length of the outer boundary. And if each blue square is a unit square, this has to be 1 unit. That's the definition of unit squares. So I'm going to just count first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to count once again. And I'm going to do it quietly. I'm getting 20. I'm going to check my answer. So my perimeter of the second shape is 20. Let's write it down. And if I mess up, of course, we're going to figure it out. And the unit is just units, not units squared. And let's face the truth. Number 5, part A. Well, seems like we got it right. So that takes care of number 4. We did the first one, takes care of number 5. We did the second one. And let's try something like this. And it's going to get a little more challenging. Now, this, I'm going to do it very slowly. Let me grab some of these things here. Put it, so we're moving to number 6. Okay, guys? And if you want me to repeat something, all you have to do is tell me. I'm going to bring this text here because this is a little more challenging. And it slows us down in a good way. Okay. That's my question. Awesome, guys. Let's read the question carefully. Very carefully. Each of the 2 shapes is made with identical square tiles. It doesn't say unit. You can't assume. If the area of the first shape is 48 square inch, okay? If this was, how many squares are here? 1, 2, well, let me change a different, okay, let's count the squares carefully. Let's count the squares carefully. How many squares are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, if they said that this area is not 48, but 12, I would know each square is a unit square. It doesn't say that. It says there are 12 squares. I can count it. Doesn't say it, but I am counting it. There are 12 squares on the left-hand side, and the total area is 48. What is that supposed to mean, guys? Let me see. Okay, that simply means this is 48, and there are 12 of them. Divided by 12 is 4. And that tells me, guys, each square is really 4 little unit squares. Each square is like this. Now, I'm not going to waste my time and cut up each little square into 4 equal parts. I can do one more, maybe one more. It's not worth our time. You could come here and do this if you want to, if you're patient, but let's do it. Now, if the picture on the right was too ugly, I wouldn't worry about it. So this tells me each square here is 4, and 4 is always 2 by 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. Well, I can do a little better, I guess. You pretend each purple square is really a cluster of 4 unit squares, and ignore my dots. Yeah, I can go erase it, but it's not worth our time. So what's the area? They want us to find the perimeter. Well, that's not too bad. How many are there? So the way I'm going to do it, instead of counting the little ones, this is 2. Let's change the color. So this is 2. Instead of counting by 2, I'm going to count each edge once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 edges. I'm going to count it once again. 1, 14, but the answer is not 14, guys. Each edge has 2 unit squares. So the answer will be, the perimeter is 28. And units, no unit square. Now I'm going to check my answer. Of course, if I messed up, I'm going to redo it. But this is, let's go here. Number 6, we got 28 for number 6. (28) is the perimeter. Okay, so they want us to find the area too. Let's find the area, which is not difficult. Find the area and the perimeter. We found the area, we found the perimeter. Okay, what would the area be? Well, the area is very easy, guys. How many squares are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the blue squares are there, but each blue square has 4 little squares, so the area will be 4 times 6. And this time you have to say unit squared. Pause there a little bit to see if we have any questions. And I think we're being recorded. I don't think I messed this up. That's not a bad thing. Let's see what else is going on, guys. Now, I know this is an online class, but if you guys want to do 1 or 2 with me, you can tell me, can we do the next one? Can you give me another one? Those of you are here, I'll let you do that. Now, this is very similar. You're going to try it. Well, we have 10 minutes. Let's try this, number 7. It's not quite, well, it's very similar to the previous one, but let's try it. So let's see. It's a little similar, and that's okay. It slows us down, and I say in a good way, because I can just, when I'm alone, I can practically record like 15, 20 problems. Let me grab this. We're going to work on it. This is very similar. Now, if I was sitting in a class, I would ask you guys to do it. 1 second. This is giving me a hard time. Not bad. Adequate. Okay, let's bring this guy here. Start a new one. Okay, here's my problem. And let's see if we can solve it. Each of the two shapes is made with identical square tiles. If the area of the first shape is 108, so this area is 108. How many squares are there? They're not saying the squares are unit squares. They're saying the squares are squares. Fine. How many are there? Let's count just like before. There's still 12. I think it's the same picture, but I will count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, still 12. It's the same picture. So, and this whole, all the 12 squares together have an area of 108. Take 108, divide by 12, and I'm going to use my calculator. And hopefully you'll have a calculator in front of you on the day of the exam. I'm getting 9. So each square is 9. So I'm not going to mess up the whole thing, but when you say this is 9, that means this has 9 squares inside. So each blue square is a 3 by 3 square. Okay, so it's a good finding, important enough. Let's write it down. Each blue square is a 3 by 3 square. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, I'm not going to go change each picture. It takes forever, makes the picture look really bad. But I do have to understand that each blue square is a tiny, contains 9 unit squares. All right. And I do want to see that. All right, that's why I have a nice little sentence here to remind me. I'm not going to fix my picture or adjust it. Now, I need to find the area of this. That's easy. 1, let's count them carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the area is I counted 6, but each square is 9 unit square. Don't make sure you don't forget that. So the answer is 54 unit square. Each little square has 9 unit square, just like here. That's why you want to multiply it by 9, and your answer is 54. I am going to check my answer, and let's find the perimeter. Just going to write Perry. Okay, to find the perimeter, this is, I'm going to count them first, but each pink edge is 3 units from here. Okay, from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to count it once again. So there are 14 of them, but 14 is not the answer. Remember, guys, each pink line is really 3 units. So it'll be 14 times 3. And make sure you get that, guys, okay? And I will check my answer, but 14 times 3 is, I think, 42 unit square. Just unit, no unit square. So I'm getting 54 and 42 for this one. Good sign. I got it right. Didn't mess up. So guys, that's all the math I'm going to record today. That's plenty. So we have done some, and I'm gonna adjust it right here. So that study guide that we have done, we have worked on, I'm going to work on it today and on Tuesday. So we did number 1. Those are going to be a fair game. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So I'm going to write here. I'm going to go here, right here in front of you. So this study guide will change a little bit like I'm changing now based on what we do. I'm going to say as of now from this, instead of doing the question mark, I'm going to say 1, 2, I skipped. I think 3, I skipped 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all so far. That's all we have done. I'm going to double check again. We skipped 2 and 3. You're not responsible for it. That's all we're going to do. Any questions about our lesson today? Feel free to ask. Don't be shy. And on Tuesday, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do some geometry problems, and I'm going to update this. And probably we won't be able to finish the whole topic, and we will use whatever time slot we have. We'll record for an hour, about an hour, and leave the rest half an hour as office hours. And I do expect you to practice the problems. Okay, if you're not coming to class, you're not practicing, you're going to get a shock on the day of the exam. So I would really encourage you to practice. If you're not coming to class, hopefully you're watching the videos and all those things. So this is office hours corner. And if you want to talk, that's totally fine. Other than that, I'm going to do one thing, Connor. I'm going to get out of this session and I'm going to come back really quickly. We can talk. Connor, do you want to say something? I think you're making some noise. Do you want to say something?
No, you're good.
Okay, so I'm going to come back and that session won't be recorded, but I will be here. I'm not leaving. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up. If you want to come back, come back. And I'm going to upload things and do things there, but you won't be able to see my screen. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming.